Hello, everybody. I am David, and today I want to talk about this whole shared universe that I think might be a little problem for some people that just can't accept when certain shows or certain movies are connected to one another. That some fans feel like, oh, they should give a shout out to this character or that character, etc. And this is my thoughts on all of that. This came up because of a certain episode of Legends of Tomorrow. I saw a discussion going on a message board, and I thought it would be an interesting topic to bring up because I'm sure there's a lot of other people that are having the same issues. And there's some people like me that take an approach that makes it not an issue. So basically, the big thing that happened in the Legends of Tomorrow season finale, if you haven't watched it, go watch that first and then come back here and I'll talk about it. Is that when the Legends returned to 2017, there were dinosaurs that happened to be in Los Angeles. We don't know how, we don't know why, what the heck happened. All the Legends said is that we broke time. And this has brought up an issue, once again, similar to Flashpoint, on how, Legends of Tomorrow ended like this, and now look, when Arrow and Flash come back on, they aren't going to be affected by this. First of all, let me say this. The way I look at this is very simple. You have to look at this as three separate shows. Yes, they're all connected, but we have to remember that you cannot change what's going on in the other two shows just because something drastic is happening on Legends. We are going to have to accept that it's impossible for everybody to be watching all three of these shows. I'm like an exception. I, dedicate my life to these shows. So I want to keep up and know what's happening with the Legends, what's happening with Flash, what's happening with Arrow, what's happening with even Supergirl, she just comes over whenever she wants. So her timeline isn't even affected. And that's kind of how you have to look at Arrow and Flash at this moment. Whatever happened to the Legends and got them to this time period, to this 2017 with dinosaurs roaming, you're going to have to look at it as a new created timeline, similar to Doom World, when the Legion of Doom created their own time where they killed off Arrow and they killed off Flash. They had the masks there on Damien Dark's display case where he was showcasing all the heroes he killed. This is a new created timeline. Meanwhile, Arrow and Flash, the Arrow and Flash that we know, that we follow for 3 seasons or 5 seasons, depending on which show you're talking about, that is the regular timeline. If you guys watch Back to the Future 2, you should know what I'm talking about. Doc Brown said it perfectly about these alternate timelines.
Imagine that this line represents time. Here's the present, 1985, the future, and the past. Prior to this point in time, somewhere in the past, the timeline skewed into this tangent, creating an alternate 1985. Alternate to you, me, and Einstein, but reality for everyone else.
So you're saying there's a timeline out there where I'm not rich? Boy, that's a glitch in the universe.
So basically, when the Legends of Tomorrow, or even Flash for that matter, when he created Flashpoint, it created an all-new timeline where Barry was aware of Flashpoint. I think they even made a Back to the Future reference in that episode. And the same thing right now is going on with the Legends. The Legends they created a new timeline. They don't know why, they don't know how. We're going to find out next season, so sit down and relax. But that shouldn't affect the other two shows that are going on. Let's remember, The Flash is the highest rated of the 4 CW superhero shows, right? Flash has the most ratings. Legends and Arrow don't have the biggest ratings compared to that one. Even Supergirl has higher ratings than those two. So that means everyone that's watching Legends of Tomorrow is not even, it's almost half. Almost. I stress almost. It's almost half of what Flash gets. Flash gets usually around 2 million to 3 million viewers per episode. Legends of Tomorrow has always been around the 1.5.3 million viewers an episode. So sometimes they have half, sometimes they have less than half, depending on what Flash episode we're talking about. So that just shows that not everybody that watches Legends is watching The Flash. And not everybody that watches The Flash definitely is not watching Legends of Tomorrow. Maybe they started when Legends of Tomorrow appeared, but people started getting off. It's kind of sad, especially this season, when Legends of Tomorrow, I think, has been its best season. Definitely a big improvement over season 1. But that's the case. Not everybody watches all 3 shows. And so you can't alienate the people who watch The Flash and Arrow because of what's happening with Legends. Just imagine being a viewer of Arrow only. What's been going on this season with Prometheus, Adrian Chase, and Talia al Ghul and all that. Oh, and then one day you just happen to flip on Arrow, the next new episode is on, and you find out dinosaurs are now in Star City for some reason, and you're going, what the heck just happened? Yeah, okay, the Legends are in Star City too, but that doesn't mean it magically affects Arrow. Arrow is still part of that regular timeline. So that means anything that's happening to the Legends right now, they are eventually going to fix. That's my 2 cents on this. Just like Flashpoint, Flashpoint only lasted 1 episode, and it could have lasted 2 episodes, but they don't want to. They could have lasted 5 episodes. As long as it's fixed before the big crossover event happens, they can stretch it between those 7 episodes, because usually the crossover is at episode 8. Unfortunately, some people don't get this, and hopefully this will make more sense the way I view things. You just have to look at Arrow and Flash right now, that they're in the regular universe, and they can't distract from the stories that they are trying to tell just because another show is having fun their own way. You gotta let these creators, these writers, have the freedom to tell the stories that they need to without being distracted by the other 2 shows. And that's the same with like some of the movies too. The Marvel Cinematic Universe is a great example. When Captain America Winter Soldier came out, people were asking, hey, where's Iron Man? Where's the Hulk? Where's Thor? They can't always get those characters because those characters are probably having their own adventure. Think about this in real life. Every day I go to work and I see people that I work with every day. But I also have a family that I have cousins, uncles, aunts, grandmothers, whatever. And all of them are busy having their own life. I'm not always thinking about them every day, because I have to concentrate on what I'm doing today, right? I have to work. I have to pay my bills. I have to do all of that. And so their stories, whatever is happening with my cousins or my friends or my uncles or my aunts, etc., I'm not going to know everything that's going on with them today unless they call me and tell me, hey, David, guess what happened today? I met Russell Crowe. It's like we're all living our lives, so we all don't know what's going on with those other people. Oliver just doesn't know what's going on with the Legends. Same thing with Barry, because they're preoccupied with their own agenda. Remember, just like the crossover this year with the Legends and Supergirl and all of them, Barry even had to ask, hey, what happened to Snart? Wasn't, Leonard Snart a part of you guys' team? And Ray had to tell them, oh, yeah, you don't know, man. Sorry, Barry. Snart, sacrificed himself for the team. So it was then when Barry found out about Leonard Snart. Because even before that, there was an episode where, remember, they had to make a hallucination of Leonard. This was like early on in the season where even we saw a little slight flashback to the Mirror Master episode. Mirror Master worked with Leonard Snart in the past, and then he was looking for Leonard Snart. So when Barry tried looking for Snart, he mentioned that Oliver said that he went traveling through time, because Barry didn't even know about the Legends when Legends started. He only found out in, the Flash season 3 during that time. So it just shows that everybody doesn't always know what other people are doing. When it feels organic to bring it up in the discussion, then sure, bring it up. But if it has nothing, if the Legends take care of it, and Barry and Oliver don't need to know about it, unless there's ramifications like Flashpoint with Diggle's daughter, then sure, bring it up. But if it doesn't need to, if the Legends restore everything and everything is all cool, fine and dandy, life can go on, then they don't have to bring it up. So let's wait and see what happens with Legends of Tomorrow Season 3, because I'm sure they're going to fix it. Everything will be all right. Will there be ramifications? It's possible. There could be another Flashpoint scenario. But let's just wait and see. So so everybody, that's my 2 cents on all of this. Tell me what you think and comment below. Like this video if you agree with me, and subscribe to my channel, especially if you are a huge fan of these DC superheroes, Marvel heroes as well. I do a lot of movie reviews as well, and especially when it comes to the Marvel films, I love Marvel's cinematic universe. I love the X-Men. I love all of that stuff, the DC films. I'm not biased. I love all of it. Yeah, sure, some of the properties have their hits and misses, but they're all great in my opinion. So until next time, guys, take care.